All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about a company we've talked about several times on this channel, but I have not done a video on them in about 6 months. So I want to go through the previous videos that I did and talk about that. And then I want to talk about what's happening today. They are having a catastrophic day, and I do think it's just about over for this company, but I think there's a lot to be learned from this. So I did a video in October warning people of that, and then I did another video a month later in November really throwing up some red flags that I thought there were some big problems with this company. Their stock is down horrifically since then, and today it's down almost 40%. So I'm talking about the tattooed chef. Right now, in the middle of the day today, the stock is down about 39%. So, it's been down around 40% all day. We'll see where it ends on the day. The volume today is extremely high. I'm not sure exactly what today is. I don't know why today was the day everybody woke up and noticed that this company has been slowly going out of business, in my opinion, for the last 5 or 6 months. You're going to see this is now a $74 million market cap company. So I want to go back and look over time. If we go back to their peak, so in August of 2021, that's coming up on 2 years ago now, this was a $1.8 billion company. So catastrophic is the right word for this. This has fallen off of a cliff. Just about half of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so if you do enjoy this content, please remember to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. It helps the channel out a lot, and I really appreciate it. So I want to go through a couple of things. If we look at their SEC filings, and this is on their website, so there's a couple of things that jump out. Now, nothing really today happened, but last week they did announce notification that the form type 10Q will be submitted late. You're also going to see on March 17th, notification that the Form 10K will be submitted late. So as of now, they have not issued either of these, but I do want to go show you something from each one of these notifications because they did give some clear warnings inside of these. YouTube revenue is way down in 2023, so if you want to help support the channel, you can join the channel and become a member by hitting the join button on the YouTube page. It's right next to the subscribe button. Membership is only $5 a month. We do have a weekly members only live stream every Tuesday after the market closes. Also, we have a library full of members-only content with deep dives on various companies. And in addition to that, we have a members-only Discord that I am active on a daily basis, so it does help support the channel. I want to take a moment just to thank all the existing members. You guys have helped out a lot, and welcome any new members. Okay, so when they submit this, although they don't submit their financial statements, there is a question on this form. Question 3 here in part 4. Okay, so the last sentence, the bottom line is, it says, for the year ended December 31st, 2022, the company expects to report net cash used in operations, so they are cash flow negative, activities of approximately $82 million. So cash flow negative $82 million for the quarter. As of December 31st, 2022, the company expects to report cash of approximately $6 million. So basically out of cash, burning cash, at $82 million a quarter. That right there, in my opinion, seemed to be enough to put, the final nail in the coffin, if you will. Now, they're not out of business yet, so I can't say that they are out of business, and I can't say definitively they're going out of business. I'm going to go back to the video from November of 2022, and you're going to see there's a number in red here. So what I've done is I've broken out by looking at all their quarterly reports, and again, now this turned out to be the last quarterly report they filed because they haven't filed their year-end report, and they haven't filed Q1 of 2023. And you'll see from an initial estimate of $282 million in sales for the year of 2022, they revised that down to 240, and now they're expecting it to be even less than that. We just read in the report that they submitted to the SEC. Their overall sales have been trending downward in the year 2022. But what's much worse than that is this is a company that was shifting gears. They used to be a private label company, and now the Tattooed Chef was trying to build their brand. So to me, total sales was not as important as brand sales, and you're going to see consecutive quarters. In Q1 of 2022, they had $43 million in brand sales and Tattooed Chef sales. That went down to $33.9 million in Q2, and then that went all the way down to $25 million in Q3. So that was a drastic increase. That's the worst quarter they've had really on the whole page. All of 2021's results were even better than this. So if I scroll down, you have to go back to Q4 of 2020 is the last time they had sales that low of their branded sales. So one of my thesis for this, and I was bullish on this stock. So about a year ago, I put out some videos where I was bullish on this stock, and that is because they were increasing their distribution channels massively. So They were 2x, 3x, 4xing the amount of distribution. They were getting deals with Target, with Walmart, with every big retail center. So, their points of distribution were growing astronomically. So to me, that was a very bullish sign. Unfortunately, what happened next was, as they got all their product out to these stores, people were not buying their product. It doesn't matter how many points of distribution you have. If the people are not buying your product, the first thing is you're going to start to lose those points of distribution because shelf space is extremely valuable. So anything that's not churning is not going to be able to stay on the shelf. Based on two things. Number one, this decrease in branded sales. And number two, and this is more anecdotal, but with each video that I put out, in my comments section, there were a lot of people saying, hey, you need to try this food because it's not very good. So there was an overwhelming amount of people saying they did not like the food. Now, again, that's anecdotal. I wouldn't base my decision totally on that, but I didn't really have anybody saying I love the food, and I had a lot of people saying don't like the food so much. So that played out in actual sales. So when I saw this third quarter report from 2022, to me, that was the last straw. So you can go back if you want and watch those videos. It's all played out since then. But I do want to show you, we'll look at price targets later. I want to show you where this was when I made those videos. So, I got out of this stock. I was in this stock. I did lose money in this stock, but sometimes it's important. Again, the main reason I'm making this video is I continue to do my due diligence, and I hope you guys do on each one of the stocks that you own, because sometimes circumstances change. So just because you liked a stock doesn't mean you're going to like it forever. If something is fundamentally changing with the company, you've got to reevaluate your position in that company. So I did just that, and then I put out 2 videos to everybody, letting everybody know that I had done that, and letting everybody know why I did that. So again, not financial advice, but I'm trying to share with you guys my journey so that you can see what I go through, and maybe you can feel more comfortable. You don't have to feel like you were wrong, if you made a pick that didn't work out, and it is better to get out of that pick than go down with the ship. And you're going to see when we get to the chart, I saved an awful lot of money by just exiting this position. Okay, quickly before we look at the charts, this is the next thing that they filed with the SEC to say that their March 31st, so their Q1 2023 10Q would not be filed on time. So again, if we go down to part 4, number 3, net revenue for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2023 decreased by approximately $9 million or 12.7%. This was supposed to be a high growth company, so you would expect quarter over quarter massive growth. Year over year, there should be no comparison. So now you can see we're very far. We're 3, 4, 5 quarters into this company moving in the wrong direction. Their whole thesis was they were adding massive points of distribution. They were growing their brand. But it is clear now that this did not happen. Now, can they go retool and somehow turn this around? I don't know. But obviously at this point, their original plan has failed. Net loss for the first 3 months was $19 million. The company's cash was $3.5 million. So you can see they've been out of cash for a long time. The company has an accumulated deficit of $183 million, meaning they've lost $183 million lifetime to date. So this is a company that they're not cash flow positive. They don't make any money. They're supposed to be a high growth company, but they're actually shrinking month after month after month. So it was for all of these reasons, and these were continuations even after I made my video of why things continue to even get worse. So I just want to look at the chart, and we're going to go back a little ways. When I made my first video, it was October 10th, and this stock was trading somewhere at around $4.65. So that was down drastically, I will let you know. From their highs in August of 2021, at that point, this stock was already down 80%. So this was a massive, massive downturn in the price of the stock. Even when I did my first video that basically I was throwing up some red flags saying, I'm no longer comfortable with this investment. So you might say, wow, that's great. You made that call down 80%. But the thing is, the stock was at $4.65 at that point. It's now trading under 80 cents. So this is what happens when stocks start to hit new low after new low after new low. There is no end to this cycle, potentially. So that's where I felt they were at. To me, they needed to prove that they were going to turn this around and be a growth company again. Otherwise, there was no reason to believe they weren't going to just continuously hit new low after new low. So you'll see in just 1 month, when I made my next video, it was 1 month later, they had already gone down another 40%. So at that point, we got more information, and that's when I put out another video saying, listen, I just can't see it. I don't. So for me personally, I did lose money in this stock, right? We just saw it was down 80% from its highs before I even really started liquidating my position. But quickly, even within a month of that, it was down another 40%. And now you're going to see from there, with the gap down today, this stock is now down about 83% from where it was when I first put up some red flags to say, hey, I'm nervous about this. I think I've kind of changed my mind. Some new things. There's some new information here. So again, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here. What I'm trying to point out is, we all make good picks. We all make bad picks. The key to making money over the course of time is to stick with your good picks and to reevaluate all your companies. So bad is the wrong word to use. This company changed. Their company profile, their growth profile, their story changed. So when that happens, it's time to admit that and not have blinders on and get out. I managed to save 84% to the downside by getting out of this stock, even though I had already lost a lot of money in this stock. So, instead of doubling down and doubling down and doubling down and losing, twice as much money or 3 times as much money, I just got out. So that's what I did. I'm not telling you that's what you need to do. And there may be some of you that think Tattooed Chef may still rally from here. If so, obviously they're down about 97% from their all-time highs. So if there's any chance that they can turn this around, those of you who still have confidence, you may view this as a buying opportunity. For me, it's the exact opposite. This is the perfect example of a falling knife. This stock just keeps finding a way to hit new low after new low. They're now under $1. So, it could be they're so drastically under $1 right now, that what comes next may be their non-compliance notice, and then who knows what happens after that. So as I close out, you'll see Tattooed Chef, and again, we're in the middle of the trading day. They're at about 78.7 cents. They're down 39% on the day. So this is kind of my farewell to the Tattooed Chef. I did have high hopes for this stock about a year or a year and a half ago, but the story changed. So my main purpose of this video today is just to point out, yes, this is one I got wrong, but it's also one I was willing to take a close look at and keep an open mind about and change my mind and get out of before, the rest of this horrible slide down to 78 cents. So whether or not you're invested in the Tattooed Chef or not, hopefully you guys take away from this video my point that, continued due diligence, continuing to have an open mind, and changing your investment strategy when circumstances change and when new information comes to light. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not failure. So that's all I got. This is probably my last Tattooed Chef video ever. So thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, please remember to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video.